The Erae Touch 2 was just announced at NAMM 2024 this year, and in my opinion, this is the most creative and expressive musical instrument and MIDI controller that I personally have ever used. It's completely customizable, so you can make it look and react the way you want it to. You can make it look like a keyboard, a drum pad, a key grid. You can set the scale. You can play it with your hands or with drumsticks. It is MIDI polyphonic expression enabled, so you can be extremely expressive with it. It has a looper, an arpeggiator, multiple ins and outputs. You can save and recall multiple different scenes very easily. It has an LCD screen for changing settings quickly. I love how customizable you can make that. It just opens up a whole new world of different ways to play MIDI instruments. So this one that I have with me is actually the Erae Touch 2 prototype, because it's currently on a Kickstarter campaign, and the folks over at Embode were kind enough to send me over the prototype so that I could check it out and do a video for my YouTube channel. This isn't going to be as in-depth as most of my other videos. Instead, it's going to be more of an overview to see if this is something you can be interested in, and if you want to be one of the early backers for the Kickstarter campaign. If you do decide that this is something that's right for you, there are links down below in the description where you can check out the Kickstarter campaign, and you can get 30% off if you buy early with the Kickstarter campaign. So that's enough of the intro. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let's check out the Erae Touch 2. So first of all, you can change the layouts by using these buttons up here on the top. This is a big update from Erae 1. It's very, very fast and easy to change between different layouts. You have some stock ones, but you can also build your own, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. So you have some that just look like big buttons. You have some that look like keys. You have XY pads. You have key grids, all sorts of different stuff. But as you can see, this one looks like a keyboard, and I can play it like a keyboard. This one is the key grid, which is really nice. You can see it's multi-polyphonic expression enabled. So when I push on it, you can hear that it changes the tone when I swipe left or right, and when I go up and down. And you can do vibrato and stuff like that. Really cool. This one right here is one of my favorite stock presets. So this just goes up the scale. You can see that the chord tones are a little bit bigger, which is cool. But I can go up here and I can change the key of this. Let's change it to minor. Or I could change it to Dorian or Phrygian. This one has a really nice sound to it. But very easy to always be in key and change keys. Of course, you can always set it to chromatic as well, but it gives you so many options. And you can also play drums on it and use sticks. Now, I am not a drummer, but listen to how well it responds, and it picks up all of the notes that you hit. Again, I'm not a drummer, sorry for my bad playing, but it's sensitive enough it can pick all of that up, which is really cool. Of course, you can also play with your hands as well, and listen to how well it responds to dynamic changes. It responds to how hard you're hitting it, the pressure. You can do dynamics. It's not just one velocity. Super expressive. That's really awesome. But my favorite thing by far is the software that you can use to create your own layouts. So let me go ahead and drop in a keyboard. And you can see as I expand it out, it's showing up on the Erae Touch itself. I can make it longer. I can make it thinner by holding Shift. I can go over here. I can set the style. So right now it's just custom, but I can set it to major. So it only highlights the notes in the C major scale. I can change the key here. I can also go here and change the color of each individual key. So let's say I want the inside to be red for the root note, or just make it a solid color. So let's just make it like a reddish color. Go to the second note. I want the inside to be a blue color, or I can make it a gradient, change the color a little bit. You can make this look exactly how you want and have control over each of the individual keys even, which is really cool. But not just the look of it, you can obviously change the MIDI information. So I can say what MIDI channel this is going to send out. So I can set it to MIDI channel 3. I can set the octave. Do I want MPE enabled or do I want it disabled? You get an option for both. I mean, look at this. You can control the glissando, the pressure, the vibrato. I mean, there's so much stuff that this thing can do. It's completely programmable, which is amazing. So let me shrink it down and let's throw on a button, just a single button. So now this is just a single note. I can go over here and change the octave. You can see I'm kind of able to do a vibrato type thing, so I can turn that off if I wanted to. Let's drop in an XY pad, so I could assign this to a reverb or something like that. Reverb and delay, and control it that way. You also can just do a 1D fader, so I can turn it up or down. This also could be assigned to some sort of parameter, like in Ableton or something like that. Here's a drum pad, again, also kind of in a scale. So you can see it's set to chromatic. I can change the octave as well. I can also do that on the touch itself as well. And again, I want to change the look. So of the first note in the scale, I want to make it more of a red-pink gradient. The fourth note, I'm going to change that, so on and so forth. I think you get the idea. It's insanely customizable. I can shrink it down. It's my horror movie soundtrack, apparently. Let's drop in the key grid, which is pretty similar, but it's also really nice. So I'm going to set it to a minor key. Now you can see I have my root, my third, my fifth, and the octave. So let me set these two to two separate MIDI channels. So this one's the creepy piano. And this one will be for the strings. But you see how customizable this is? It's crazy. The key grid is one of my favorites. So you can see all of the notes to play an arpeggio. But you also get the chromatic notes in between. However, you can still program it so that now it's just the notes in a key. So now every note in here will not be out of key, which can definitely be helpful. And again, you have the option of both. There is also a looper as well, which is really cool. And the thing that's really cool about this is that you can see where you pushed. So if you have the ripple effect turned on, you can see which notes I pushed. That's really cool. There is a very cool loop video that Tatro did on his channel. Definitely go check out that video if you want to see more of the looper. But yeah, this thing is awesome. So I really do love this controller. It's just the creativity of it and how well it responds to touch or drumsticks. It's just a new way of playing, and that's what I really like about it. I love how you can customize it to look exactly how you want it to, and in both of my performance videos I did with the original Erae Touch, I designed it specifically with the instruments in mind, which was a lot of fun to put together. A couple of things that I didn't go over in this video: they do have an arpeggiator, which is really cool. You have 12 different CV ports that you can use with external synthesizers. They had that going at NAMM, which was really cool to see. You have one MIDI in and two MIDI out ports, which is really cool that you can control multiple different devices with this. And you also can change the skin that's on top of it if you want a different look. So again, there are links down below in the description if you want to check this out on Kickstarter and save 30% if you are an early backer. You can find more information on the Kickstarter page, and I'll also post other links to other videos as well as the website info down below in the description if you are interested in checking this out more. Thank you again to Embodemy for sending out the prototype for me to check out. It's a really cool upgrade, and I can't wait to do a full in-depth review when the final version comes out sometime this year. But until then, be sure to check out both of my videos of the performance videos that I did using the original Erae Touch. I did one cover of a Depeche Mode cover just here in my room, and then another one I did with my original music, and the main instrument, basically the only instrument that I used, was the Erae Touch. You can check out both of those videos by clicking the links on your screen now. If you guys found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button to feed the YouTube algorithm gods. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.